So what do we have here? 1960 ES-125 thin line cutaway. So this is that guitar, only in a higher evolution. It's got a thinner neck, and both depth and width, I think. At least it feels that way to me. The cutaway will let you get past the 12th and into the A, and maybe even a little farther. It's almost acoustic-y, and I'm trying to get some acoustic tones out of it. The thing to know about this guitar is this is a broke neck guitar. Let me unplug. So if you look, you can see like a W back here where this neck was snapped, and everything on the guitar was robbed. So all the electronics were not original. Tuners were not original. In fact, they were horrible, like embarrassing. I wouldn't have sold it with those on there. Knobs, nothing. Bridge was original, I feel certain about. So the reason I got this is I got it at a really awesome price. These are so expensive, especially for a 2 pickup cutaway thin line. They start at like 25 and go up, and I certainly did not pay that. And I got this on reverb. All I wanted to know was the internal structure good? I wanted to see where the action was living, and everything looked tight. Maybe being a thin line makes it less susceptible to collapsing. I'm not sure about that. But I'd already gone through it with the first one, so when I found this, I was like, all right. And it came, and everything was right. Everything on the inside was, let's just look at it. So it's got the light doesn't do it justice, because it definitely has some good wear on it, which I want. I don't want it to look new. I want it to look beat up. And so I was able to do this. I went in, and it was a 1 pickup guitar. I went down to my luthier that I was talking about earlier. He cut a second hole. We added the extra tone and volume. I put a Bixby on it because I'm a Bixby guy, and I'm not really altering anything here. I did. That means I put some holes in the end. But this thing had already been janked around to the point where I didn't feel like I could do too much to hurt it. I put on a different bridge, and we'll talk about that in a second. And then I also got some tuners. So I put the Clusons on there, and I wasn't loving it. And I thought, you can do whatever you want here. So I put some hip shot locking tuners on here. And then I ordered the aged. I don't like the keys. They're kind of goldish, but they actually are the exact same color as the binding. So I'll live with it. But I added the keys to make it look a little older. That's the original nut. The neck is fine. I don't have nothing. I have no issues. And 2 P90s are Seymor Duncan and Antiquities, maybe? They're Seymor Duncan P90s, whatever that is. So we'll talk a little bit more. I'll play it after I talk about it. I'm still looking for more of a little bit of acoustic sound. So I bought a K&K Definity, which you can see here. And this is supposed to be one of the best things you can put on an arch top and get an acoustic sound. And I sort of get an acoustic sound, but I still don't like it. So I really would like this to be an electric acoustic so that I can play both. And it's really, really close. The P90s are such a sweet tone. And so what I'm thinking about now is Fishman makes a bridge that's a Piezo. And I have that wired to some a volume and tone right here from Shatton, the Shatton T2. And so I can control whatever Piezo I end up with here, there. And that's going out to a stereo jack. And I like to wire my stereo jacks so that if I plug in a mono, I'll get whatever I like the most, which would be the P90s. And then if I put in a stereo jack, then I get the P90s and the Piezo, which I'm not done with yet. But let me say, this thing's pretty magical, making me think ES-125s are magical in general. So you're not going to be jamming out at a campfire with this thing, but if you want to sit around on the couch and play your favorite guitar acoustically without being plugged in, this would allow you to do it. And there's still some feedback on the, there is some feedback. It's not as bad as the big body ES-125, but it's there. But you know what, man? Some people like feedback if they can control it. I run flat wounds on all these. They just seem to sound better. I've tried standard electric strings and other things, and I just keep coming back to the flat wound. Let's plug it in. Squeeze me. All right, we're going into a Fishman on this, which is a little... I found the Fishman can get nice and raucous, but they don't really recommend it for the speakers. I did tune up. I really like the Hipshot tuners. They are just so sweet. All right, I do have effects. I'm going to take those off. Neck, it's really fun to play. I can't say enough good stuff about it. So Epiphone makes kind of a version of this, and man, I'm forgetting what it's called. Really should have known that. I'm just seeing it off my head. It's red and not too expensive. And I've never played one. So let's listen to the pickups. I'm running a Fishman loud box, and this is the Neck P90. So it's got the bark of a P90 and it's kind of mid-rangey like a P90, but it's still sweet, and man, I really like this pickup in the neck. And I'm a huge neck fan anyway. It's pretty much where I live. This is the bridge pickup. Those highs, just got to turn the tone down. This is the tone all the way up. This is the two mixed together. So, you know, it's kind of acoustic-y. I think it's pretty close enough probably. Maybe if you ran it through a Helix or something and put some IRs on it, you could probably really make it sound acoustic and not do what I did, which is go with this Definity. So let's turn the P90s off and the Definity on. I'm still having some kind of issue here, and it could be my tone volume, or it could be, I don't know. The Definity is really sensitive, so, oh, that's what it is. I touched the Definity piece. Oh, man. Okay, so the jury's still out on that. So you want the whole thing grounded on the, or stuck to the body to get the best sound. And I have moved it around. They say move it around to see what you think. Here's where it shines though. We're going to leave it exactly where it is, and we're going to turn the P90s back up, and we're going to blend them. quirky. This guitar does so many things. I don't know about all this business. I may pull that off and put the Fishman Piezo bridge on here and see if I like that. I'm pretty sure that's going to happen. So anyway, these are my ES-125s. Check them out. Especially, now this guy is not easy to find and he's not cheap. But holy cow, does so many things. I could go sit out back and play acoustic. I can play a dirty electric, swamp blues. You can play jazz. Does a lot of stuff. That's all I have to say. I wanted to give some buying tips and just show my guitars off in this little Frankenstein ES-125. It's so cool that I can mess around and not feel too bad about it. Although I'm sure somebody will be offended. My tape right here, which I didn't take off, I keep moving this bridge and it keeps my intonation correct. It gives me a spot to go to, so that's why that's there. Also, you can put double stick tape on your bridge to keep them intonated. But I keep moving this back and forth, testing out these Piezos. All right, y'all, I'm Billy Hell. I don't know, did this help? Did I answer any questions? I don't know. If you liked it, hit subscribe and like, and then I will feel motivated to make more videos. And just keep buying cool guitars. Bye! So that actually is pretty rich, and for a neck pickup, that's got some sweetness to it, which you wouldn't expect. And then I'm going to go to the bridge. And that's good. That could cut. I tend to roll that down. I added the bridge just for some brightness, and I don't ever really tend to use it. Together, there's a cut volume. You know, man, hearing it now, it really almost sounds acoustic to me. And it'll get just as dirty and badass as the other ES-125.